It's time for a Google Map horror story. I needed to go to Green Howard Tank Lake, and Google told me to take this mountain service road. It took me more than a half hour to just drive a mile and a half on that road. I barely made it in my minivan. Don't ever go on a road that looks like this. It's not made for regular cars. You want to stick to the mountain service roads that are flat. Eventually, I did make it to Green Service Lake with many scrapes to the bottom of my van. And one of my mirrors turned backwards because I had to brush up against a tree not to fall into a gully. It was quite an adventure. I'm happy it turned out well. I had a great view of this little lake. And on the way out, using the proper roads, I could finally enjoy the wildflowers. And the big old pine trees. The air here is sweet and fresh because these pine trees put out a vanilla scent. If you put your nose right against the bark, you can smell it just coming off of the bark itself. It's a beautiful forest up here in northern Arizona. Down in the Phoenix Valley, it's 113. Up here, it's a nice, cool 85. More wildflowers. Just a pretty rock. Arizona has lots of rocks. But see how nice and wide this road? This is the mountain road you want to follow. Lots of homes for wildlife. There are some dead trees, but those are perfect for eagles. And we have dry riverbeds. Our riverbeds here in Arizona are seasonal. But they're still tricky to cross because you have to watch out for the rocks. Do you see that rock right in front of my car? There's the dry riverbed to my left. There's the dry riverbed to my right. No joke, if there's water in these, you don't want to go through them because it's moving those wonderful round rocks. But if Google ever asks you to go on a mountain service road, and if it's not flat and level and wide like this, don't take it. Those are for off-road vehicles. And if you're being a tourist like me, pull to the side of the road and let the locals or the campers zoom on by. But see, this is the road. This is the road you need. Don't trust Google Maps when it takes you down that road full of rocks and one car can barely squeeze through and you're following tracks. That's not the way to go. And eventually, you will come to signs. If your wide road doesn't have signs, don't trust it. And as we're going along, I keep hoping for wildlife, but I thought I saw a flash of a skunk's tail. Turned out to be a squirrel. And another little dry river's coming up. That one's not too bad. This is the other side going off into the woods. And there are hiking trails. Make sure you have lots of water. Some of the trails can be difficult to identify. This little rocky path is a hiking trail. Here's the other side. We have oak trees and lots of squirrels. We also have these short little trees that are called cedar trees with pine nuts. And we have pine trees. Come and enjoy the cool weather up in North Arizona.